Hey, today I'm going to be talking about this Miranda Sensorex. So this camera was made in Japan, and it's pretty unique, I gotta say. And it is pretty fun to shoot with. A couple of weird things about it. There's the aperture ring actually like connects to the side of the camera, which is a little weird. I actually have a couple of lenses for this. So I ended up getting this camera in a bundle of different cameras that I ended up getting for not that much money. I really thought this camera was cool because the actual viewfinder kind of pops off, and then you almost have like a built-in like waist level viewfinder, which is pretty cool. I'm assuming there's other attachments, maybe an actual waist level viewfinder with like a little hood or something. So the shutter speeds on this actually go up to 1/1000th of a second, which is pretty cool. And the flash sync speed is 60, which is not so bad for these type of film cameras. It does use a battery that's not really produced anymore. It was the Mercury ones, so you're probably gonna have a hard time finding an actual battery for the meter. But hey, you can always use the Sunny 16 rule, or use a different camera to meter, or your phone or something. So yeah, this is the a close-up on the actual weird aperture ring, and it has to do with kind of the metering mechanism, but the lens has a little notch, and then inside the actual body has a little notch, and those kind of line up when the lens is put together. This 50 actually just kind of pops into place. I have a bigger lens that actually like screws into this connection, which I guess if you're not careful, you could probably rip it out pretty easily. So be careful when you do that. Another weird thing about this camera is the shutter release is actually on the side of the camera instead of kind of where you're normally kind of used to it, where you're taking a picture in the very normal sense of where the button should be. So that's pretty interesting. Can't say I love it, but interesting. So here's the other lens that I ended up with. It's so bizarre. It's a 70 to 220 with a maximum aperture of 3.8. It's a pretty weird one. And the I'm assuming there were rubber parts in here for the focus ring and stuff, but I guess they've fallen off. Another thing, I really would love if newer lenses had the pop-up lens hood of old lenses. Come on, that's so cool. Bring that back. So here's actually how you load the camera. Pop open the back, and it's pretty kind of standard the way you do it. If you're used to loading any sort of other camera, this one's not tricky at all. So there is a cold shoe at the top, and there is a PC sync cord on the side. So here are some test shots from when I took this out to a meetup, and this was with the 50. And then here's another shot that I got that I really liked from a session with a model named Lex, and that was with the 80 to 220. I really like this lens. What can I say? It's big and huge, but I think it's definitely a cool one. I'm glad I ended up with this. Until next time.